Hi everyone, in today's video I'll be talking through Seahorse Baian Goddess Trial. As usual, I'll be going through every single stage, kind of showing you what lineup should be using, and I'll do a bit of commentary as to why I decided to pick certain knights or certain formations, etc. So without further ado, let's go straight into every single one of those stages. Okay, so first up we have Taurus Aldebaran stage. This is actually quite a difficult stage, so you may need to try quite a few times. The lineup do work, but not 100% of the time. So you may have to try a few times before clearing the stage. But so the reason why it's tricky is because there's quite a lot of things you need to be aware of. So one, the enemy has Deathmask. So Deathmask does two things, which is quite annoying. One is that he slows down your Cosmo gaining speed. And also he recharges ultimate when when he kills off your knight because he suck away the Cosmo. Oh, and on top of that, he also has a skill which is a single target, deal quite a bit of damage. So let's talk about this skill first. Because a single target, it always deals the opponent which is opposite of you, it deals quite a bit of damage. So in order to counter that, I decided to play Saga Light directly opposite Deathmark. So even if he take quite a bit of damage, Saga Light will just go away, hide in another dimension, and then heal back. So I need to make sure that I survive that bit of damage. So Deathmask doesn't get into this kind of loop of ultimate, Cosmo, etc. And also, he slows down so everyone's Cosmo gaining speed. So in order to counter that, I decided to bring a Crest Camus. So Crest Camus would be able to freeze everyone and start the battle. So that helps for me to catch up in terms of my Cosmo gaining, so that hopefully I can still release my ultimate fairly quickly before they do. Another thing to make sure you do is the enemy have an Aphrodite. So Aphrodite normally deals quite a bit of damage with its poisoning, etc. So in order to make sure my knights stay long enough, I decided to bring a healer. So in this case, a Cena. And then the last thing you also have to be aware of is the enemy also have Hound Steering. So Hound Steering is going to severely reduce the amount of damage your back row is going to deal out. So that basically means you actually want one of your front row knights to also carry quite a bit of damage. So in this case, I pick Libra Shura because Libra Shura is actually quite offensive for a Protector Knight. For a Crest Camus stage, it's a lot more simpler because you have Virgo Shun and Sagittarius Seiya. You should know by now how deadly this combo is. If not, check out my other video on why this is so good. But yeah, because you have those two knights at your disposal, definitely bring them. So you want to bring them in because you are also forced to bring Seahorse Baian. This basically suggests you should go down a rainbow formation. So that's why I picked Shaka and also Moses because I need another knight up front. And then the last thing we just want to be careful of is the fact the enemy has Agati on the left hand side and Taurus Aldebaran on the right hand side. So you want to place your Water Knight, Moses, on the left, and your Seahorse Baian, Wind Knight, on the right. For Saga stage, the enemy has a Crest Camus. That's really annoying because he will freeze off you at the beginning. So you do want to counter that somehow. And out of the box available here, the only way to counter that is to bring in Sirius. So Sirius is gonna do his skill, which basically dispel control and put on the shield instead. So that basically works to your advantage. So that's why you definitely want to bring him into a team. And because you bring him, that kind of suggests you need to do an Earth and Wind formation. So that's kind of why I picked Virgo Shun as my other Earth Knight, and then pick the remaining Wind Knight to complete the formation. For Libra Shura stage, once again you have Virgo Shun and Sagittarius Seiya, so bring those two in for sure. Once you bring those two in, and then you're forced to bring in Seahorse Baian, remember? So that basically means you have three knights, all of different color. So in order to get any kind of formation bonus, you actually have to get three knights of the same element. So that means for your other two knights, you either have to make sure you don't get in total either three fire, three earth, or three wind. Now, there aren't enough Earth Knights in the box here, so you can't actually do 3 Earth. And in the decision between 3 Fire versus 3 Wind, if you look at the enemies lineup, they actually have a lot of Water and Earth Knight. So if I bring in 3 Fire, that's actually putting me at a slight elemental disadvantage, whereas 3 Wind, that I'm more effective against their Earth Knight. So that's basically making me slightly more super effective. So that's kind of why I decided to bring 3 Wind Knight instead. Um, so you definitely need someone up front, so that's kind of why I bought Misty. And for the other slot, I decided to bring in Dio instead because Dio gets stronger when he is a higher health than the opponent. And with the Sagittarius Seiya and Virgo Shun's open attack, you should theoretically be having more health than the opponent. So that's why Dio is a good choice. And in terms of positioning, the enemy has Sirius on the right hand side, so that's an Earth Knight, so you need to get elemental advantage. That's why I'm also placing Dio on the right hand side, in the back. For Capricorn Shura stage, the enemy once again have a Deathmask, so that's quite annoying. He's going to slow down your Cosmo gaining speed, and you really don't want him to start his ultimate loop, because when he kills off an enemy, he then absorb their Cosmo, etc. So, to do that, I kind of went super synergy, I guess, in some sense, by bringing all wind knights here. So the idea here is I go for control formation. So with the Camus and also Kraken Isaac, they have a bit of freezing synergy, ice synergy here. And so that will basically delay how often the enemy can attack because they will be frozen sometimes, etc. And then I bring in Sorrento, which is also a super control oppressive character. So this is kind of the idea going here, and also with kind of the maximum bonus by bringing 5 knights of the same element. Hopefully that should protect me long enough against Deathmask, so none of my character dies off too quickly. And then because I'm slowing down the game with my Misty as well, I should be able to keep everyone at a good enough health to go through the battle. For Sorrento stage, as I mentioned earlier, he's quite oppressive once he starts his ultimate, etc. So once again, I want to slow down the pace of the battle. So I went with similar kind of idea by bringing in Kraken Isaac and also Camus here to kind of do a bit more control formation. And I kind of just went with the 5 wind formation again by bringing Potomi in the last slot. That's all for the video today. If you enjoyed the content, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me to know that there are actually people out there benefiting from my guide and motivate me to share more knowledge in the future. If there's any topic that you want me to cover, please drop me a note in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you next time.